Today we're all about a ridiculously delicious grilled chicken Caesar salad. Don't be fooled by the salad part. You're gonna f***ing love this. On the heels of the, turns out, much loved one pan fajita recipe that we did, people thanking us for doing something a little lighter but with no less flavor. We're back at it again, and we're back at it again in my Little Italy San Diego shooting spot, apartment, place. Yes. What do we call this? But I'm a little pressed for time today, so we're going to do this quickly. But I won't leave out any information because I'm not like a douchebag guy cheating you on the information. I want you to have all of it. We're starting by making our own croutons, and yes, of course, you could buy them made if you want, but I like making them myself because they're super effing delicious and they look better. We start with the baguettes. If it was a day old, that would be great. In my case, it's not, but it's still gonna be great. So you take your baguette, you rip it in half, and then you just start taking pieces of it like this. How big do you want your croutons? Do you want them big? Do you want them small? Do you want just the soft part from the middle? You can do that, but just start to bust and rip, and that's what I like. You know, when you buy them in the store, they're completely even. They're all square, you know? And that's not really how I like my croutons. This, to me, says somebody has gone ahead, cared about me enough to make their own croutons. By the way, I'm using sourdough because it's just got more flavor. It really does, my favorite. But if you just have French, just use French. Okay, when you've got enough for whatever you need, a couple things. Two things, sort of. One is olive oil, a good drizzle of some nice olive oil. And then this SPG, salt, pepper, garlic powder. I keep this combined. We're gonna give a nice generous sprinkle here. The garlic's gonna do the right thing flavor-wise. The salt's gonna help everything. And the pepper that's in here is not gonna hurt at all. So these guys get done. And then when they're like this, onto a baking sheet. Spread them out, nice and even. I can smell already how good these are gonna be. Then we pop them into a 400-degree oven. And we're gonna keep our eye on them. It's probably gonna take somewhere around 10 minutes. But while you're standing here before you clean up, just take a little piece of bread, get it in a little bit of that olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and do that. So good. Next, onto our dressing. So we start with 3/4 cup of olive oil in a container that Max doesn't like. And to me, that looks like, well, it's pretty close. That's 3/4 cup. Ready? Next, juice of 1 lemon. No seeds, please. No seeds, please. There's half, and here's the rest of it. No seeds. Oh, look, a seed came out, but not in. Thank you, little man. A tablespoon of Dijon Mustard. Tablespoon of Worcestershire. Large clove of garlic. About 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. It looks like that. Now stir it a bit. There's one more thing we're getting in a second.
Spilled.
Oh, God, it wasn't on me. Wait, that's my timer. Okay, check the croutons. You don't want to F up on your croutons. So let's see how they are. Nice. See that? And the reason they need to be crispy is because when they get dressing on them, what happens? They get soggy. If they start off soft, you're gonna be really screwed. Okay, so 2 things. I know I said one thing, I forgot one thing. So of course I need a pinch of salt, always. And then, if I can do it, look, this is Kelly's recipe. My wife, Mrs. Cooking Guy, the love of my life for 36 years. It's not an anchovy ground in the bottom of an ancient wooden bowl kind of Caesar dressing. So no, it is not absolutely true to form. but it's the one that my wife makes. It's the one Kelly makes. And if you don't like it, you're saying you don't like Kelly, and then I'm gonna have to say I don't like you. And one of the things that Kelly always put in, and I always thought was a little weird, was a couple tablespoons of crushed up croutons. So these are still a tiny bit fresh, but let's try this, shall we? Just get a knife. Oh, great, perfect. I mean, look, those store-bought shitty ones will crush up better, of course. But we don't want those, we made our own. We're doing this because it's a good thing to do, and Kelly says to. If I had a little bullet, I would put it in there, but I don't. So we'll get these as good as we can. Put these in a Ziploc bag, like so. Actually, we'll add one more, a little crunchy piece. We'll get the air out. It's a bottle of wine. We'll do this. Now, we'll add this to here. Stir. Put a lid on. And shake. So we taste. Oh, come on. I want a little pepper. I forgot the pepper. I defy you to not like this. Go on, make it. If you don't like it, I will, well, I'll say you're right. That's not good. But it is good. I wouldn't say that. Holy shit. Okay. This is the basis of this salad. This is what will make this amazing. Amazing. Croutons are done. I'm gonna clean this up, then the chicken, and then romaine, and then hell, we're almost there. Grilled chicken implies chicken. This is it, in a bag. We've done this exercise before. I think the perfect way to cook a chicken breast is to flatten it out. And it doesn't matter if it's this flat or this flat, as long as it's even, it cooks, say it with me, evenly. So I would normally put some oil in here because when I use this bottle of wine to pound it, the bag can stick and the chicken can tear. But rather than just use a regular oil, look what I have. I have some of this oil sitting on the top of this amazing little dressing we made. So, what the hell, Sparky? Let's use that. Flavor is flavor, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. Open my bag up a bit, take a little bit. I'm trying to do this for the camera's benefit without effing up everything. I'm gonna put some of this in here on both sides. It will serve two purposes. One, it will keep it from ripping, and two, it's gonna add flavor. That's really what we care about. Now seal the bag. As much air out as possible. Make sure it's got some of this delicious, what we'll just call Caesar oil for now. And pound away. You need a reasonable amount of pressure to try and get this where you want it, but we're not going too thin because nice chubby cubes of beautifully cooked chicken on top of the salad are going to be fantastic. Good? Good. Let's cook this. So before we do, my pan is heating. I'm just going to give us a little salt and pepper on this chicken. Trying not to make a mess if I can help it. Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so salt and pepper already mixed. And we've talked about this. Let me show you something once I get the salt and pepper in here. This is the smooth side of the chicken. This is the not smooth, you see that. This will be the presentation side. Whenever you're cooking anything, the first side that goes into a pan or on the grill is the presentation side because that's when the pan's at its cleanest and most beautiful and will give you the most perfect sear. So we take this, my pan's super hot, and we go. Turn the fan on because we're going to need it. So I'm going to use a little bit more of this oil. There. Get rid of the spoon. Salt and pepper this side. Now we're just waiting. And you can see it changing color. See how fast this happens? I love a ridged pan, folks. I love a ridged pan. We can put a link to one below, but if you don't have one, it's ideal. It makes the marks, it adds the flavor. It's all really, really good. And not that it matters because we're going to cut this into cubes and you might not see it very well. But if you want, you can now turn 45 degrees and try and get those cross hatch marks, as they're called. And when you think you're about halfway done, that's what it's all about. Pretty, huh? So now we just finished cooking it on this side. It's only a couple more minutes. And while that's happening, let's get our romaine going. So here's a head of romaine. Unfortunately, these outer leaves, you often need to get rid of because they're kind of weepy and sort of look like shit. So get down to what is a nice inside here. This loose stuff at the top, I'm going to take this off. I'll save this for another salad. And this is what I want to get to. I want to get to this part that I really like. The crunchy stuff. A little bit of leaf, but lots of crunch. So here's my move. I cut this way. I cut this way. And then you can go like this. And now you've got nice biteable pieces, right? And the closer you get down, the crunchier it gets. You get to these lighter parts that are really fantastic. So we're going to take this and put it in our bowl. We'll add some croutons. These fantastic homemade, look at them. Come on, that's a fucking crouton, folks, isn't it? That's a crouton. And now some of our dressing. Oh boy, oh boy. Just you wait. Well, you can't actually taste this, but this gets tossed. And once it's mixed up nicely, we add a little more parm, like that. And when they're all mixed, let's put it on our plate. I mean, I'm going to tell you something right now. This salad is so effing good. You're going to want it again and again. I know people say shit like that all the time, but I'm telling you, it honestly is. These great croutons. Okay, the chicken. Come here, Max. The chicken's ready. Look at this. Turn that off. Yeah, come on, you stop that. Look at this. Okay, so in the quiet, with the fan off, just appreciate the gorgeousness of that chicken and how fantastic this is going to be. We should let it sit a couple of minutes, shouldn't we? But f it, I'm on a short leash right now. And there we go. I don't know why I'm still whispering, but I just want some so badly. I just want a perfect little bite. Do you see the juiciness? I don't know if you can see that. It's shiny all the way through. Oh. Please. Okay, but wait, while it's still warm, and it doesn't have to be warm, but while it's still warm, let's cut it up and then put it on here. I'm just going to even this off. Wow. That's what I wanted. Big ass pieces of chicken. Big, beautiful freaking bites. Oh my God, look at. You know, I'm not the world's biggest chicken breast fan, but when it's cooked like this. Okay. So let's get these guys on top. Now I'm gonna be super anal. I'm gonna wanna put these on so the grill side is sticking up and looking all beautiful and amazing and gorgeous and juicy and perfect. I'm gonna eat that crouton. The croutons are insane. Okay, you've got your chicken, right? You've got it all on here. We're gonna give it a little bit more Parmesan. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Stop there, stop there, stop there. And in the end, it comes down to one thing, taste. Am I able to deliver on my promise of slightly healthier, yet still way f***ing delicious food? We're gonna find out. I say you curate yourself a bite. Some romaine, a gorgeous little chunk of beautifully juicy, perfectly cooked chicken, and because this, and the crouton. Everything you want in one magnificent little. The lemon, the Parmesan, the chicken. The croutons now are at the perfect stage. Still crunchy, but not rock hard because I've had the benefit of this dressing on them. Oh, it's a dream. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a dream that you need to discover for yourself. I can't get this. Discover it. Make it, eat it, love it, share it with someone you love or someone you're trying to love. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, well, everything. You guys are the best. And this is the best. See ya. It's perfect weather for this. Perfect weather.